Ekstraklasa stadiums. Fuck, I said it properly. I don't know. You gotta tell me if I said it well. I really hope so. Okay, today, guys, as the title suggests, we will check out the Polish League stadiums. This is the first time that I check out Polish football in Poland. I mean, I did check out the Legia Warsaw fans doing the homage to the Battle of Warsaw, but that was different. That wasn't really. I mean, yes, it was in a football field, but come on. We gotta check out the stadiums. And maybe we'll be checking out some Polish football players. Maybe some not so well-known Polish players. That would be for the best. And some Polish games as well. Come on. We are here for what? Let's check out this video. I'm talking too much.
It is long overdue that I made a video on the first tier of Polish football. So get ready for some great stadiums and some atrocious pronunciations of their names. Here are the Ekstraklasa stadiums. Stadium Cracovia Józefa Pilsudskiego. Like most of the stadiums in this league, this is a fairly new building that was constructed on the site of a very old football ground. To avoid confusion, I'll just list the year that the original stadium opened in the title card and mention when it was rebuilt. In this case, it was completed in 2010. It's a nice design. I like the asymmetrical lines of the exterior, and while the interior is conventional by comparison, this is a solid all-round stadium to start with.
Yeah, not that bad. Ooh, this one looks so cool.
Zabrze. The original stadium on this site was actually built when these lands were part of Germany in the 1930s. And it was actually named after a certain mustachioed Austrian fella when it first opened.
Wow.
It was rebuilt in 2016 and...
Wait, how many people does this say it holds? 24,000? Well, looks way bigger.
It was rebuilt in 2016 and now, despite its dark beginnings, is a fantastic modern stadium. Oh, and in the aerial shots you saw, there was one stand remaining from the old stadium. But it has since become a complete bowl.
I mean, I gotta be honest, I only know the top tier teams from Poland. I don't know many of the other teams, so you will tell me as I'm checking them out, you know, you're gonna tell me in the comment section what is your favorite team, I don't know, maybe some minor teams as well, who are the one that is the best right now, and all the good stuff. I want to definitely learn more about it. This one looks so good as well.
Stadium Miejski w Białymstoku.
So
Białymstok's original stadium was in really poor shape before this bad boy was built in 2014. The morale boost to the players and fans must have been immense. The exterior is quite interesting. In particular, how you can see the bones of the stadium through these orange and white beams.
I mean, even the logo is really cool. Wow, Jagiellonia. Sounds Italian.
More colourful on the inside. I also quite like how the double-tiered seating transitions into a single tier at the ends. Suzuki Arena. This one was actually built on a separate site to their old stadium, which still exists. It's just down the road. What's more, it's a huge upgrade in terms of its amenities. If this stadium is a Suzuki, their old ground must be a rusty old Lada. Anyway, this ground was actually the site of a famous Polish victory. Nobody gave them a chance, but in 2009, they overcame all odds and defeated San Marino 10-0.
Oh! Wow! I mean, yes, Lech Poznań was one of the best teams in Poland, I'm guessing. I mean, because they participated in the Europa League and also Champions League many times. I think we even played against Lech Poznań. I'm a Juventus fan, by the way. Not by colors. Yes, I think we did play against Lech Poznań a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, no? When we lost against the Europa League, we lost against Sevilla, if I'm not mistaken.
Stadium Poznań. This is a stadium like no other.
I mean, this one can even close from the top, I'm guessing, right?
Not only is the exterior one of a kind with its oddly shaped roof, But the seating layout is pretty interesting as well. We've got one triple tiered stand for some reason, and at the opposite end there is a stand that is smaller in height than the rest. I believe that one predates the rest of the stadium. The rebuild did take quite some time, but was completed in 2010.
I like it.
Stadion Wojska Polskiego.
Legia
This rebuild
Warsaw.
was also completed around 2010. Unlike most of the others, they didn't entirely flatten the old stadium. They kept some of the original facade intact, which of course is a good thing. It just adds a bit of character. That's not to say that this would have been a soulless stadium otherwise. It does have a few other design quirks. But yeah, I do love it when a slither of history is incorporated into a new build of any kind.
Looks quite nice.
Stadium
What about this? It's missing everything. What the hell?
Miejski LKS. You're looking at images of this stadium in a transition phase.
Oh,
Just
okay,
before
okay.
matching stands were built on the other three sides. And it finally became a complete bowl stadium in 2022. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda liked it when it had grass hills on three sides, but of course, this is a much more practical design, both in terms of spectator comfort and atmosphere. Also, the groundsmen now have to do a little bit less mowing. Stadium Miejski w Gliwice. You might be wondering why we keep seeing the word miejski. Well, it just means municipal. A lot of countries have venues called municipal stadium, but for whatever reason, Poland seems to be the world leader. This one was rebuilt in 2011.
That's a
I should
pretty
mention
nice
that
little
a lot of these
stadium.
rebuilds were due to Poland being one of the hosts of Euro
Not
2012,
as little, it's
along
nice.
with Ukraine.
You can see the game very well in this one. Looks amazing.
This is perhaps the most simplistic of the new builds that we've
Yes,
seen.
I like
but
it.
That's no bad thing. Stadium Miejski in Floriana Krygira. This was rebuilt in 2022, which may seem perplexing when you look at it, but actually, it looks like this now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big difference. In fact, there's almost
Definitely.
as much of a difference between this stadium and its predecessor as there was between the original stadium and the gravel mine that it was built on. Actually, come to think of it, the new stadium is looking more like a gravel mine, with that mostly grey colour scheme. It's looking good. Stadion Mauro. I'm glad this ground has a corporate sponsor, because the entire official name for the stadium has 52 letters in it.
What?
And others don't have that kind of lung capacity. The original stadium was built by employees of the State Arms Factory. However, it was rebuilt in 2012 by employees of a construction company, as you would expect. This is just one of 3 grounds in the league with a running track.
Yeah, but that one, I don't know. I feel like this one in Italy wouldn't be like a regulamentary. I don't think so. I think they need to have certain standards to be playing in the Serie A. I don't think this one will cut it. Probably if they go to play in Europe, it won't be regulamentary, right? I don't know. You just tell me, guys. I'm just venturing on guesses here.
This is just one of 3 grounds in the league with a running track.
A running track. Wow.
Stadion Rakowa Częstochowa.
Ah, this one
This
is
is
so
one
small.
of the few grounds in the league that wasn't demolished and rebuilt from scratch. Yeah, I know. But I mean, it's
Wow.
the second smallest stadium in the league, so there isn't really much to
Bro, that doesn't even look like a stadium. You can just jump over the fence and go watch the game.
demolish even if they wanted to.
Wow.
However, it was significantly renovated recently, as you can probably tell, and I
Wow,
believe
so small. That's crazy. I mean, you will enjoy much better the game like that. I'm sure of
they are
it.
planning on expanding it further. Stadion Śląski.
Wow, this one is the biggest.
Poland's national stadium was built in 2012.
Oh.
This acted as their national stadium. Of course, it has been redeveloped since then, but even the current stadium has a lot to brag about. Firstly, it's the largest club stadium in the country. And it's the premier track and field
So unique, the design. I love
stadium
it.
in Poland. Although the football fans could probably do without the track.
Ruch, Chorzów. I've never heard of this team.
It's still a great stadium overall. Well, it's not 52 letters, but it's close. Stadium Miejskiego Ośrodku Sportu I Rekreacji w Mielcu. That's an entire sentence. Prior to a renovation 10 years ago, the stadium had a capacity of 30,000. Now it's one of the smallest.
But yeah, I mean, these running tracks are really annoying, especially if you're watching the game. Oh my god, you see everything so far away. I still remember the prior stadium where Juventus would play Delle Alpi. I went to see some games when I was little with my parents, and yeah, you can't really see that much with the running track in the middle. But now in the Juventus Stadium, there's no running track. You see everything so close. It's so much better, I would say. Yeah, they should just abolish the running tracks from football stadiums. That's just my opinion.
In the league. But I don't think the club supporters will be complaining, because their old stadium looks very drab by comparison. I mean, they tried to make it less bleak by planting some shrubs, but it was in vain. I do like how they kept the floodlight towers though. I feel like they are befitting of a club with the word steel in their name. Tarczyński Arena Wrocław. This uniquely designed stadium was partially inspired by a Chinese lantern, which is particularly apparent at nighttime.
Wow!
For obvious reasons. In the day, it looks more like one of those big buildings that they play football in and people sit and watch.
Wow!
Another somewhat interesting aspect is that despite the relatively large capacity, there's just one tier of seating. Thankfully, it's fairly steep seating, so those in the nosebleeds aren't too far away. Stadion Warta Poznań. I've seen some very impressive new builds throughout the video, but there's something charming about a ground that has been built up bit by bit over the years. I mean, look at this old school wooden stand.
Wow.
Beautiful. And over on the other side, there's a newer but still fairly distinctive stand.
Wow, that's so nice, I like it.
Drawbacks like restricted views, this ground has plenty of character. And termites, probably. Stadium Miejski Widzewa. During construction works in 2017, they actually found a munition from World War II in the ground. So potentially hundreds of thousands of people over the years had been unknowingly walking right over the top of it. But I guess that's not uncommon in these parts. On that bombshell, this stadium was built. Well, they got rid of it, I'm sure. As you saw, the exterior features a nice blend of brick, glass, steel and concrete. I also appreciate the seating layout, which is a little more complex than just a...
Yes, I mean, when I'm imagining Polish football being played, that's the kind of stadium and field I'm imagining it.
Single-tiered bowl.
For some reason. Looks pretty cool.
Stadion Zagłębie Lubin. This was rebuilt in 2009. The club has an interesting colour scheme that is reflected on the stadium's exterior. Green and orange is a bit of a no-no when it comes to fashion, presumably because it looks like a carrot. And yeah, it does look a little bit jarring. And so they have wisely omitted the green from the interior.
That's pretty nice, very minimalistic,
black,
I like
it. It's a bit easier on the eyes, despite the myth that carrots help you see in the dark. So there you have it, so many new stadiums. My favourite though would probably be the lantern. There's just something about one big single tier of seating that enhances the intimacy, I guess. Please consider subscribing if you're...
Okay guys, that was a very cool and interesting video. I wanna hear from you right now. What is your favorite team? Who do you think is the best team in the league right now? Yeah, any kind of information on Polish football would be very well received from my part. So yeah, I want to learn more. I just knew Legia Warsaw and Lech Poznań as teams. I didn't know any of the others. So yeah, apologize apologize for my ignorance in this matter. Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe. If you want me to check out more Polish football, let me know which videos should I check out as a foreigner to learn more about it, and I will see you very soon.